So cool. We are here. Hello, welcome everyone. We just decide with Marta to tune in with ourselves, but especially also with you, and to open a space to share about the upcoming creation that we are kind of cooking. And we were cooking in the last weeks, and um, it's connected with the upcoming Awaken retreat that's going to happen in Portugal. And as we were having these beautiful calls that we always like to connect and speak about the creation, and the whole journey is just this really like wow, incredible journey. And many times we had this thing like, there's such gems, while we had a call, and we were just thinking like, we could record this, like it's such a treasure just already was happening like behind the scenes. And as we were just tuning into the ways how we can kind of make you or give you a taste of the energy of the vibe of the field of the retreat, we decided to actually share it with you in this form, which, for example, for me personally is really interesting. As so, like for now we were just like a me and you, having this like a journey, and now we are really like opening it,
Mm,
it's like a now is for others, which is like wow, it's intimate, and it's beautiful. And I'm really happy that we also decide the form of the video, right, that we can really expose ourselves fully. So hello, Marta.
mm.
Lovely to see you.
Hi, hello, Susie. Thank you
Mm,
for this introduction.
mm,
The word intimate stood out to me.
mm.
hmm It's it's been such a beautiful journey until this point. It's a threshold moment for us,
Yeah.
and until this point, as you said, it was you and I cooking
Mm-hmm.
and just tuning into what wants to happen through us. And we spoke about this already, that it's been a very unique process of how this awaken retreat, this offering that we
Mm-hmm.
are now talking about, and are ready to invite more of energies and pass it
Mm-hmm.
on to the space, to the field, to be seen. How it came to be, and how, and I think it's worth mentioning it, that how it came to be was from from something that basically awakened
Exactly, something had to
inside
awaken within us, right?
within us, and not, I mean, together, but not together. It happened
Mm-hmm.
individually, and we both picked up on it, because at this point, I think you and I, we are tuned in to more, to the sensations and more subtle ways of
Mm-hmm.
receiving information. So we're on alert. Okay, something's coming in, or something is, or wanting to come out. There's
Mm-hmm.
something, and so we both answered that call internally, and then very quickly when we connected, we understood, okay, there's something that wants to happen with us, but it's not from us, it's
Mm-hmm.
for us.
Mm-hmm.
And it was, every step of this journey so far has reflected it so much, that it's not that we know, there's no end goal, there's no destination that appeared first and now we're going to design everything to reach that destination.
Mm-hmm.
It's a call, it's an energy that is, that that we tuned into, and that works through us, and that's in the field, and we're just following this energy, and we trust. And very quickly, and we also translated into words, into offerings, and we translated it into, okay, what wants to happen is for you and I to come together and open a space, or not open, create a space
Mm-hmm.
for women to have the opportunity to come into and be met and meet, And here we are. And,
Mm-hmm.
and here we are, and we're yeah, and this is a threshold moment.
Absolutely.
Yes. Mm.
Absolutely. Like, right? We know each other like for 3, 4 years. I don't know how many. Three
Yeah,
years maybe.
summer 2022, so that's 3 years.
Wow. Wow. Yeah. And yeah, so there was this um, exactly like something had to awaken within us, to connect, because I felt that I knew that I want to work with you, that I want to create something with you. And sometimes we were like having our own internal journeys, and like I really feel that this year we are both in the point that like a bam, there was this like a click, like that I joined your creation and your retreat, and you came into my offerings. We were getting to know each other's work, but not just the work, also like, the not just the work. We were getting to know, well, we knew each other like in spirit, and we were just getting to know the way we work, and that I really like super resonate with your guiding and with the qualities that you had, and you felt the same resonance, and so it felt that it was like a kind of like easy to create. But I have to say that, for example, for me, this the way how this all happened, and the way the approach we have towards this yeah, towards this creation, towards this retreat, for me it's such a healing process already. Really, it is like a homecoming. It's like like to
Mm.
have someone next to me with whom I can be journeying, with whom I can be really creating from this alchemical deep dive, that exactly that something wants to come through us. It's not like me sitting and trying to make it happen, and just go putting my mind so much into it. But when we are both like in tune, it's just moving, and I really trust that this frequency will call exactly the women who feel that maybe there is something like a dormant that wants to awaken. Maybe they are not sure what it is, but it's like, I want to come back into this more feminine approach, when we definitely work with something that is bigger than us, you know. Yeah, it's definitely working something that is bigger than us. And right before we just press this record button, we were tuning into this call, or into this offering that we are doing now with the video, that, and we were just thinking it would be really nice to speak about the awaken aspect versus awakening, that it's nowadays really common, used especially in the some kind of self-development, spiritual and transformational field. And how is the, or where do we see the difference between awakening and coming for the awakening something versus the awaken, because this is the name of the retreat, right? Awaken. So Marta, would you like to bring your medicine, your piece into the game?
Sure. So for me, awaken, this name, this code, it's a code, it's an energy.
Mm,
Exactly. So what it is for me, it's an energy, it's a force. It's something that happens. It's not something that we do, and it's not something that we strive for, and it's not an awaken does not necessarily lead to an awakening, and it's definitely not what we are trying to invite women
mm,
to. Um, it's not formula, it's not a program.
mm,
It's a recognition of the truth that resides inside every human being. Um, and there's so much depth to us. There's so many layers to us. There are so many dimensions to us. There's infinite potential of every human in this universe. There's so much to awaken to, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
So we're not even taking any chances, you know? It's not like, you know, nothing will happen. Everything can happen in every moment of every.
Mm-hmm.
There's so much to awaken to at all times. But where are you?
Mm-hmm.
Because it is already here. You cannot awaken something that doesn't exist. You only awaken that which is. And that which is might be sleeping, might be
Mm-hmm.
forgotten, might be just not attended to. You might not be there. You're
Mm-hmm.
you're not there, you're not present, you're not you or you're forgotten, or you know. And it's so this for me, uh, since we've been weaving the container, what was very clear is that it's all about the return and
Mm-hmm.
remembering.
Mm-hmm.
And who is really good at that? It's women. It's women. Women have been doing this for many, 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 many years. And guess what?
Mm-hmm.
They haven't been doing it alone.
Mm-hmm.
They have been doing it
Exactly.
in groups and communities
Mm-hmm.
with at least one other person. But that's not true. More with
Mm-hmm.
other women in ceremonial and mundane spaces, because you can
Mm-hmm.
you can intentionally come together with sacred rituals and that are chosen and are innate to different cultures, but you can also come and cook together, which is
Exactly.
also a sacred ritual, but it's seen as mundane. But it's in those spaces that weaving, remembering, recognition um, takes place. And by doing so, we start to activate dormant memories, and they're not memories from the brain, or
Mm-hmm.
they're not stored here. They're in the body, they're in the cells, they're around you, they're in your field, they're in your field. And that's what I want to be part of. It's not even that, like, that's what I'm gonna do for you. No, I want to be part of it, you know. And it's been happening already through the creation of this process. Like, it became
Mm-hmm.
very clear very quickly that the awakening of, as you said, you know, there's this like of this process. We remember how you can create something like this,
Mm-hmm.
like a retreat,
Mm-hmm.
right? So I feel, okay, this is already serving me.
Mm-hmm.
And this is just one layer, because there's so many layers. And so by doing all of that, by creating that space, but by coming together, we are returning to inner truths, inner powers, inner mysteries. um yeah, and we don't do it in isolation.
Yeah, exactly. Because there is so much happening. Like as we met, like so far, I was like, there's a lot of the offerings that I was bringing into the world was just like solo work. It just came through me, or of course, like based on experiences and like a connection with other people. But it was like, yeah, it became really clear for me in the last year that like I want to co-create. It's like it's just so clear that it's just exactly like when we are with other person, and it can be like a co-creator or other woman in the circle. We get activated, we get remembering, not maybe through our own, like not maybe through our own experience, but we see other women doing something, sharing something, behaving in a certain way that we are like, wow, that's exactly like we need each other to remember. We don't need to remember just ourselves. We need to, sometimes seeing someone else behaving in a certain way or journeying in a certain way and doing the things in a certain way kind of is this permission slip for us. It's like, yes, of course, this is like it brings this moment of remembering, and I really feel that the process of remembering uh, cannot happen, or it's really hard to happen in the, let's say, um, like not, I will use the word, but it's just because I don't have the other word right now, like a fake spaces, I mean, like this offering, this space that we are creating and that we are inviting you in is definitely not a space of the perfect goddesses in the beautiful dresses, being like coming into the retreat trying to be all perfect. Like we are really inviting the like rawness, the authenticity, the full expression, the yeah, like the letting go of the layers and the masks, so we can actually remember. It's not a space to become someone, but maybe unbecome, the roles and the layers that we maybe play in the daily life, and it doesn't mean, or it doesn't mean, it doesn't matter if you are facilitator or mom or just a woman working in some corporate, work. It really doesn't matter, but this is this space of remembering that can happen only in the like truth and authentic um, spaces that basically gives us a permission
Mm-hmm.
to be like fully ourselves, and yeah, there was something else that I wanted to say, but it's just like moved away. Maybe it came to you.
Maybe it did, because I wanted to add on to it. And what I wanted to add is that it takes a certain level of maturity.
Mm,
You say the space that we know that we're inviting women into and we're creating, we talk about a holding, um, a softness that allows to deepen. And it is not an it's not the space is not already it doesn't yet exist. So as you say, we are not uh, meeting there from a certain predisposition of how, I mean, spirituality and this new age.
mm,
Oh, I mean, yeah, I don't even want to name any of that.
mm,
But they are before before you do some offerings are such that before you do them or before you go there, it's like as if they already happened. You already know how people will look there and how they will behave and what they will drink. Cacao.
mm. By the way, it's a cacao.
And which music there will be played, and it's like you can, and okay, it serves its purpose, it can be beautiful, but it's like it already happened before it happened. And
Yeah, it's like a
it,
copy paste.
yes, and it's no one's fault, it's just
Mm,
something that that it's currently rippling out. And in all of that, there's our experience and our energy and our way of working with people, and many other also have
mm,
this way of working with people, and just like, okay, let's,
mm,
come back, come back, come back.
mm.
Let's be here, just come. And it does require a certain level of maturity to come to a raw space, to an
Yeah.
authentic space, to a space of stillness, to a space that is not telling you how you will look or what you should be bringing with you. Just come.
Mm,
And we trust that. And also, but this is why we're doing this transmission as well, uh, so that we can be a little bit more clear. And it's hard to be clear, but a little bit
mm,
more clear, or at least vocal about what it is that we're weaving here. And for the people who can tune in and understand that, and it doesn't mean like, oh, there's something wrong if you don't understand. And it's not,
Mm,
again, it's not understanding from here, it's understanding from here. Okay, like, oh, this is the space that actually I've been waiting for, and you don't need to know why or what there is, or, but it's okay, this, that's where there's a part of me that knows and wants to experience that, and there's this readiness, there's this maturity to
mm,
um, yeah, to come and see and be seen.
mhm,
And yeah.
mm. I have nothing to add to it. You know, I'm just like I'm receiving it, and yeah. Um, if like I will maybe now go a little, you know, I as I will be not like adding to what you said, but I would love to share what this the the awaken moment, or this like this energy of awaken means for me. Is
Mhm,
it's exactly, it's this like it can be many times like a subtle, you know, maybe like it's sometimes just so subtle that we it's really easy to forget it or to lose it in the daily, you know, in the daily life, you know, this like this awake, this awaken moment, or this when something awaken, it can be, it's precious, it's precious. And what helps me
mhm,
personally, and when I am experiencing this little like a, well, little that after, but you know, they exactly, they can grow into the shifting the whole direction, for example, of my work or my creation, you know, are these moments that I'm experiencing in the practices that I do, you know, like as I share the breathwork as a breathwork facilitator, or working with women through the womb work or through the embodiment. It's, there are all kind of practices that helps me to exactly like a come back to myself and just create the space for things to awaken, you
mhm,
know. And many times it's like, you know, it's just this soft, like when something's open up and something's just so, it's this like a full body experience, or this like a some like inner knowing, or just like some, not like a flashback, but you know, and you have this like this like a vision, you know, or some like a piece of wisdom like it drops in, and like, you know. And sometimes it can be this really like a small fragment that I notice that in the next days or next week or next months kind of opens up. You know,
mhm,
it's not nothing like one it's opened and now it's growing and now we are working toward it. It's not this like a, I'm working towards awakening and now I will have this huge catharsis, you know, and it will change my life forever, you know, so I can tell all my friends. You know, it's not this massive transformation, you know, like you know, exactly like step by step process. But when I'm in the space that I can really like tune in and to see like what wants to awaken, and it happens many times in unpredictable moments, you know. But I know that many beautiful like offerings that I create, or things that really influence or influenced my work, came from the moments like this, like a, you know, this,
mhm,
you
mhm,
know, little fragment, a piece of wisdom. It's like, wow, you know, the awakening that that is not tangible, but it's so good to have a space
mhm,
to anchor it, to
mhm,
not lose it, to not forget it, to, you know, exactly. That's why I also love to go to the retreats, because it's this thing like I know that I will be not now washing the dishes or making a lunch or doing things. You know, I just go there for a week and I'm, you know, in my own journey in the beautiful environment where I can really drop in and have the space for me, you
Mhm.
know. So these uh, pieces of wisdom that will unfold, you know. It's not this like a one time thing, wow, and I'm awakened, you know. So you know, it's something that evolves, you know. There's sometimes this awaken moment, or the moment that something awakens, it's many times the first step, you know. It just shows us the like, you know, this is it, this is how it can be, this is who you can be, this is your potential. But it's like a calm goes,
Mhm.
and you know, and from this you are starting maybe new journey, or you are, or I want to shift something in my life, you know, because like, wow, I want to come closer to what I felt,
Mhm.
you know. It's not that it happened and now it's here, poof, occupying all my life. No, it's awakened, and I want to cultivate it in the, you know, throughout my days or
Mhm.
weeks or years. Yeah.
So many beautiful things that you shared there.
Mm.
Uh,
Mm.
this motion that you're doing with your hand, it's like a pulsation.
Mm.
It's a pulse. It's an inner knowing, inner pulsation, inner aliveness, inner love,
Mm.
inner devotion, inner
Mm.
passion, and then this, this more like this burst
Mhm.
comes. That is, it can be sudden, and it just even that sound you made, it's like, and it's the same experience that I have with it. And as you said, it's even that it's subtle because it's just there in that moment that you need to be present for. So it is possible, there's a possibility to miss it, but not just to miss it, but even if you don't miss it, like, and so what, and
Mm.
it's the so what that we'll be cultivating and witnessing and talk, like just being with, because first of all you have to be there. First of all, you have to be there. Then you
Mhm.
have to listen, and then when something happens, this moment happens, you notice it, but then you embody it. And this is what we'll be doing together throughout the days. We will be creating this space, and then we will be embodying and creating
Mm.
space and embodying. And one piece that is very important, or I came to understand its importance. Wow! And this is only this year, especially for people, someone like me who has been doing a lot of work and trying a lot of things and having lots of experiences and lots of expansions, lots of
Mhm.
contractions, and that's all, which is all fine. That's all fine. For someone who's a seeker, that continues, ideally there comes a moment where when we understand how to contain,
Mm.
and we no longer need to always expand or seek, that will always be there. And but containment is what I understood importance of. And we are not so good at this, because it's not, that's not so exciting. It's so much more exciting
Mhm.
to expand, so much more exciting to you go and you receive, or you go and you give and something
Mm.
happens, right? Like we're always like looking for something to happen, and then once it happens it's like, okay, so it works. No,
Mhm.
just because things happen doesn't mean things happen. uh,
Yeah.
what can you, and if they do, can you even contain,
Mhm.
and that's and this needs practice. This needs practice, and this is will be my invitation, something that I want to bring into the retreat. how how can we contain, and what does it mean to contain, so that those moments, those awakenings, they can, those remembrances, those impulses, those initiations, those inspirations, they can be felt, and then there is a frame in which they can live. Because as you said, it's not linear. What we're doing, nothing's
Mm.
linear. Time's not linear. Healing's not linear. This is not linear. So what will just because something awakens, it doesn't mean that it will bloom and grow right
Mm.
there. And it doesn't mean that we will understand what awakened neither. It doesn't mean that we will know, but it will, as you said, unfold and it evolves and it comes later. And it might actually come when we're doing the dishes. And it will probably come when you're doing the dishes or when
Exactly.
you're gardening or when you're driving, because
Yeah.
those it all lands when we're not actively working on it. But for it
Yeah.
to land, we had to have had done the work, and
Yeah.
for it to land and for us to do something with it, which is the next step, we have to be able to contain what is being awakened.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. So I think that it's quite clear that we are inviting you into a space of magic, the space of that we cannot, how to say, uh, promise, or we cannot kind of say like, hey, come for this, like, uh, come into this space, and on the end, after 4 days, you will, you can, we cannot kind of, we can never promise, or we can never like go into the promising mode. But what I know, like, for sure,
Hmm.
that entering this space, entering like the retreat, like some women may feel it already just by listening this, this video, or this like
Transmission.
yeah, exactly. It's already like awakening something, something will awaken. We don't know when. Maybe you will come into the retreat. Maybe the retreat will be just your last last stop, It doesn't need to, for maybe it will be first, maybe it will be one of many. It will be just a time that you want to give yourself to, like, I just need to breathe. I just need to be in this beautiful nature, which will be playing a huge role because it will be in this such a incredible place in the national park, Serra de Estrella, the Valley of the Stars. The nature there is just beautiful, raw, super like a supportive. It's really this like a womb-like energy. So maybe you feel like to, I just need this space. I just need to disconnect from the daily life that I'm living, and just exactly like remember, connect with other women, and just see what the space will bring. I definitely like mm, recommend to not come with this like a strong agenda, and in this like what did this have to give me, what this space, what I'm expecting from this space or from this retreat give me. But I really love how one of my colleagues with whom I'm creating also beautiful offerings, she always says, because we work with the medicine, and she say like, it's about the meeting the medicine halfway, you know. And sometimes you can like, okay, so what is practice, what is breath for, what does it have it for me, or what it can give me. It's kundalini awakening, how I can use, how I can like what it will give me, instead of coming with this reverence towards, towards the space, and also the other women there, in the circle, and just think, how can I meet the medicine halfway, how can I just let go of maybe my, even sometimes subconscious or unconscious like agenda, and just be open without knowing, be even open to leave the retreat and thinking like, wow, like I don't know where is the awakened moment, because exactly like it can happen a week after, like you know month after, it can happen on the way to the retreat. So it's not that we are creating the retreat, so it has to happen in this exact space, and we will do everything we can for you to have, your awakened moment or this experience. But we just like a super trust, um, we just know what we are doing, what we are offering, and we are tapping into the energy.
Hmm.
Just know that women who come and join and activate their spot, um, like they will be touched by, they will be definitely um, activated by the space, let's say,
Mhm.
in their own timing.
In their own timing, yes.
Mm.
There was one more thing you said, and you said it before, and I just wanted to bring a little bit more of care to it because it touched me, or I felt it so much. And you said, and it was again with this regards of to those moments where this pulsation happens, and, and there's this closeness. You use that word closeness. Because of what in that moment when we all of a sudden remember something and again not remember from the mind, it's a remembering. By the way, at least that has been my experience more recently. It's from it's an emotional thing. It comes from feeling,
Mm.
from sensing. It's a
Mm.
sensation, which I had to take a deep breath because I just tuned into that energy. And that's what it does
Mm.
to me. It's like my spirit expands,
Mm.
and it's this incredible sensation in the body of recognition, remembering of something so familiar and something
Mm.
so beautiful and something that's mine. It's mine.
Mhm. Mm.
No one can give it to me, and I cannot learn that anywhere.
Mhm.
It's mine, and it's not about being more, becoming more, learning more, looking more, searching more. It's actually it's about getting closer. So that word, like closer, it's
Mhm.
those these moments are sacred, and that is my yeah, I think this is my wish for
Mhm.
this retreat, for this space, that there will be during the days there will be moments when each one of us comes closer,
Mm.
and then comes a little closer, and the closer you get, or the more times you experience that, and it doesn't come from doing again, so don't worry, like you can't do this wrong. You just have to be there for it because it's already there and it happens, so you just have to be there. And the more you be there, the more, the closer you come, and the closer you come, the more you remember and understand that this is sacred. So the easier it gets to want more of that and cherish that, and without having anyone to tell you what you have to do,
Mm.
you know exactly what you need to do to stay
Mhm.
close to that and to have more of that in your life. And that this is my wish for everyone to experience.
Mm. Beautiful. Yeah, that's wow. I would love to listen to this video. It's like I would love to go into this retreat, and I would love to, which I will do probably.
Which is,
But
yeah, you're coming, so that's great.
yeah, it's cool. You know, amazing, amazing. I would maybe, as we are slowly coming, well, we could be, journeying here forever, but this is what we are going to do in the retreat. But maybe I would now, by the end, invite you who you are like now listening and seeing this video, or the women who are maybe you see it with a group of friends, just to tune in for a moment. Just close your eyes and tune in, and just feel how these words like resonate with you, and tune and feel if there is something maybe deeper inside you that wants to awaken, that is maybe waiting for it for some time, and you feel it. Maybe there is something that is kind of knocking on this door of your inner world, this inner pull, the calling that your mind cannot understand. Maybe it's even a little bit confronting.
Mm. Mhm.
We all been there, all
Some of
experienced it.
us follow.
Just tune into your body, tune into your inner world, and feel and see what wants to awaken, what doesn't want to sleep anymore, what wants to be seen by you and remembered by you.
And you don't need to name the what, you just check if
Mm-hmm.
you can feel it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm. Beautiful.
Hmm. Mm-hmm.
So, beautiful ones, if you feel the calling, Awaken Retreat will happen from 3rd to 7th, right?
Mm-hmm.
September, in a beautiful place in Serra de Estrella in Portugal. If you feel the call, um, answer it. Answer it. And if you are not sure if there is the hesitation or if it's like, oh, I feel it, but it's confronting, or I'm afraid, what if, what if I will actually awaken, have a call with us, get in touch with us, because we know how, we know that it's journey, like already from feeling the call, feeling this inner like a pull, the journey starts with that. It doesn't start on the retreat. It starts in the moment when you start to feel it. And from feeling until answering, from answering until booking your spot, it can be really an inner journey, a process, that sometimes we just need to, we just need okay, I just need to talk to someone, or I just need to check in if this is really for me, because this is also important for us, so you feel that, that you feel safe in this step,
Mm-hmm.
and that, if it wouldn't be like a clearly wouldn't be for you, we would tell you, but I really trust that, I really trust you, and I really trust this space. So if you are not sure, if you need some reinsurance or talk talk with us, um, we are really happy to offer this discovery call with you.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Yeah. You have something else to add, Marta?
Mm. Just listen.
Mm.
uh, Not just to this, but whether you hear the call or not, continue with your day, with your days, finding moments of time where you stop and listen. And if it's
Mm.
not this call, there's another one, and it's so worth answering.
Mm. Yeah. Mm. Deep breath with that. Well, thank you. Yeah, thank you. Thank you to us. Thank you to us
Yeah.
that we made it happen. Of course, like, thank you for listening and being interested, but this is like, as I said, like, for me this is like this beautiful intimate, like, this witches, pot that we were here, like, cooking together, this incredible alchemy that was happening just in such a fertile and potent, way, like, now opening it and sharing it and bringing it out there. And I don't mean just the offer, because the offer is not really us that much doing it, but I mean, like, making this video. It's like, it's like sharing these intimate calls that we are having, the the creation calls, and actually offering it out there. It's like exposing something really intimate and precious to me. So thank you for receiving it, and thank you, Marta, for being open to it.
Mhm. Thank you.
Yeah, yeah, beautiful. So we see you. Check the websites, check the links. If something, if you need more guidance or information, something is not clear, get in touch with us, and we are happy to see you in the circle.